Hey, what is up, everybody? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. This is my 2019 year-end specials, and today we are doing a new one for the year-end specials. We are doing the top 5 albums of 2019. That's right. I listen to a lot of music. We do a lot of music pickups on this channel. And I wanted to do this little segment here because I think it's pretty important because of the amount of music that I listen to all year. And how diverse I am. Because I'm not really like a one-trick pony as far as genres. I can listen to everything from death metal, speed metal, black metal, to the craziest stuff on earth, to pop, to dance, to country, to indie, to bluegrass, to rap, to hip-hop, and everything in between, classical. So it doesn't matter in my rankings genre. I don't play favorites. I look at it as a whole. You know, when you look at my music binders, you could go from Cannibal Corpse and Slayer to the next page, the Beatles. It's, to the next page, the Rolling Stones. To the next page, Wilson Phillips. Whatever. To Elton John. It's all in there. It's all music to me. It's whatever you're feeling at the time. So, when I do album of the year, music albums, top 5, whatever, I'm really looking at everything. So, everything is pretty much, eligible to win. So, we're going to do the top countdown. I listen to so much, I brought it down to 5. Okay? So, coming in at number 5 is Slipknot. We Are Not Your Kind. We Are Not Your Kind. Corey Taylor, wow, this album really was like my summer album. I was highly anticipating this album. Saw Slipknot in concert about 7 times. Amazing show. I remember listening to them way before their first self-titled album came out. I had a lot of their rare out-of-print albums. I got my whole high school into Slipknot way before they were a thing. And, yeah, this new album was really a return to form, in my opinion. So, if you didn't check that out, you definitely need to check that album out. It's one of the top of the year. Coming in at number 4, Billie Eilish. When We Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? She really could win also Most Impacting New Artist of the Year, even though she's been around. She had Ocean Eyes that came out years ago. But this album really stood out, and she really made a name for herself, and more people know about her now. I've been listening to her forever. She's definitely different. The music is definitely a required taste. It's even hard to really pinpoint her what genre she's even at. Because when you listen to her music, it's really all over the place, She's got, like, really slow, melodic songs. She's got, like, really, like, bassy, kind of hip-hop-ish kind of songs. And everything in between, but she's very, like, dark in her music videos. And she's almost, like, kind of Marilyn Manson-ish. But then she's, like, complete opposite in others. Really, a diverse artist, and definitely unique, and I thought that album stood out. It definitely stood out to me. She's one of my favorite right now, and if you haven't picked that album up, it's definitely worth a listen to in 2019. And coming in at number 3, Korn, The Nothing. Saw Korn 10 times in concert. Saw them with the original lineup with David Silveria. Back in the day, used to go to Family Values way back in the day. But The Nothing is a great album. Heavy, really punchy, back to form, as I like to say, of their earlier days, self-titled, Life is Peachy, with some other elements of later albums, Follow the Leader. And I think it's a great album. I think it's a great Korn album. I think if you're a big fan of Korn and you haven't really listened to them in a while, check out The Nothing. I think you're gonna find something in that album that you're really gonna like, and you're gonna say, "Whoa, I like this." I really do. Jonathan Davis is an amazing person. I met him in person a couple times. I met Fieldy, and it's just they're a great band, and this is definitely a great album. Check it out. All right, and coming at number 2, Taylor Swift, Lover. I couldn't leave this album out. It almost was my number 1. Massive fan of her and her music. And yeah, this was definitely an impactful album. Had a lot of really interesting tracks. The interesting thing about this album is that, to me, it was really like more of a return to form, old school album. A lot of the songs reminded me of her back in the day, more than like Reputation did. And that was a good thing. But it had a lot of newer elements to it too, so it kind of was like a mix of both. But definitely a great album. If you're a Taylor Swift fan, you already have this album, you already heard it, you already know the lyrics word for word, you already sing them around the house every day. This is my taking a shower album and scrubbing in the tub album, and Christmas decorating around the house album. So I'm always having this album play in the background. I'm always singing it in my head. Me and the band have been doing a lot of cover songs of this album. I've been doing them, a lot of covers. I did The Man, London Boy, Lover, Me. But great album. One of my favorite this year, and one of the most catchiest albums of the year. If there was an award on Mary and J. Wait for catchiest album of the year, this would win. Oh, I don't even have to look at my phone. And the number 1 album of the year on Mary and J. Wait is none other than fucking Tool, Fear Inoculum. Now listen, I may be a little biased. I've been waiting for a new freaking Tool album for freaking forever. Forever. Let's be honest. All of us Tool fans have. But it's not just the itch for a new album. This album was worth the wait. You gotta understand, an album like that is gonna get a lot of flack because you say to yourself, man, the hype up is gonna be huge. This album better freaking be good because we've been waiting so damn long. I remember this instance was the same with Nine Inch Nails. Well, Guns N' Roses with Chinese Democracy. Remember the freaking wait for that album? That actually wound up becoming a joke. Like when something would take forever to come out, even like a video game, you would say, oh, that's the Chinese Democracy of video games. Or that was the Tool of video games. When's that going to come out? Well, Tool finally came out and they brought it. And this album is my favorite album of the year. It's classic Tool. It's new Tool. It's everything in between. It's beautiful. It's instrumentally beautiful. It's vocally beautiful. Everything you love about Tool, and the packaging. Go back and watch my unboxing. It's got a freaking screen in the packaging with music in it. Unbelievable, but that's if you get the physical release. It was mostly released as digital, but if you specially ordered it like me. Saw Tool in concert like 8 times. Met Maynard. Saw him with Perfect Circle. Saw him with Pussifer. Had some of his wine at his winery. And just a great all-around band, and I absolutely love this album. So that is my top 5 albums of 2019. Hey, listen, put in the comments what were some of your favorite albums this year, or what are some of your favorite albums in general. Maybe that'll be a future episode or a future series in future year-end series. Maybe next year I'll do my top 10 albums of all time, because I like to change it up every year. So that could be an idea for next year. Take care, everybody, and I hope to see you on more specials this year. Later. Love you guys, I really do.